everybody? Welcome back. This is the JR Wisdom channel. I appreciate all of you guys tuning in. And if this is your first time checking me out, make sure you gently press that subscribe button along with the bell. That way you receive all the notifications for all my future videos and content. Hopefully you see something you like. So this evening, today, wherever you're at, I'm just going to be talking about this topic. Many of you have heard it. I picked it up once again from the late, great Patrice O'Neal, one of the pioneers on the red pill. If you guys haven't checked out any of his content, please feel free to check him out. Just look him up, Patrice O'Neal on YouTube. Rest in peace. This topic in particular, we might have heard, a lot of us have heard about. It's in reference to, it's easy for a woman to get a man, not so much as far as keeping a man, and vice versa. As far as a man, it's hard, quote unquote, it's hard for a man to get a woman, but it's easy to keep her. So I'm going to give my thoughts on this, and you guys feel free to comment. I like to hear what you guys think about this as well. But he touched on a few things that I agree with as well. And with my interaction for my time that I've been on this earth and talking with different women and learning about their likes, dislikes, and what the issues are as far as dating, and obviously women outnumber us by a lot here on this earth. I don't have the exact statistics on it, but they outnumber us definitely. One of the things that we know, obviously, a woman, it's not so much an issue for most women to get a man. When I say get a man, to catch a man, to attract a man, to have a man, approach her, ask for her number, take her out on a date, even chase her down, lose his mind, go crazy over her. But once it gets past that, it's mostly the attraction right off the bat. A lot of times with dating and things like that, when we see, typically as men, when we see a woman, it's normally, if you don't know the woman, obviously it's sexual attraction, sexual attention. It's her beauty that gets your attention right off the bat. 9 times out of 10 with most men. If any man says anything else, he's lying. And with women, it's not so much that. Even though a woman can look at a man and say he's attractive, she really wants to know if he's good for her or not. So with a man, basically, a woman can walk right outside the door right now and have several men try to talk to her, try to get her attention, try to date her, try to get her number, try to take her out, like I said before, but it may not exactly be at the end of the day, which I'm going to get into this whole representative and the process of dating, who she wants at the end of the day eventually, and it might be who she does want. But the thing is, everybody, when they date, when they first meet someone, you're meeting their representative. Everybody's going to put their best foot forward. They're going to seem, for lack of better words, perfect and free of any issues, any drama, things like that. Or at least smart people will. Some people will tell you all their business on the first date. You know what I mean? But most people, women included, are going to put their best foot forward. They're not going to put all the, things that may be undesirables about them to this other person. So when we're meeting each other, we're just like, okay, I'm perfect, you're perfect. I don't fart in the bed, I don't pass gas, I don't burp. Everything is good to go. I pay all my bills on time. I'm a responsible person, and you are too. So we're both in the same boat in terms of this. So throughout this dating process, usually it could be as early as the same day, or usually around the 3-month, if you're dating that long, around the 90-day mark, that's when you meet the true person, so to speak. You meet the representative. Their representative is gone at this point. You meet actually who they are. So when I say that, the way this world is designed, we can say it's a man's world, but a woman brings the attention. I mean, she draws attention to herself by the nature of, especially in the Western communities, by the man wanting to reach out to date her. So it's not usually a problem attracting the man. So, in terms of keeping him, like I said, this is past the point of the representative issue. So keeping them, there are gripes, whether it be you find out who the guy's representative is. Women are fickle in nature, so this guy may have done something to turn you off. He may be broke. It could be a number of things, or you just feel like you can do better. Or sometimes you just end up with a guy that doesn't mean the best for you, but yet still you're looking at other things other than the red flags. So he could be here today, going tomorrow. He could be here today and last for a few years. The point is, it's not as challenging because you have several suitors coming after you. It's not as challenging as it is for a man. In terms of a woman, when we have these different men trying to vie for your attention, women will always say, well, this isn't who I truly want. This isn't who I want at the end of the day. I can get all the attention in the world, but yet still some women will solicit attention, especially in the social media era, or even back then with just the club scene and other social settings. Women are curious beings at the same time, and they're attracted to mystery. Women love attention, doesn't matter what age you are, from a little girl to being an older woman. Women love attention. Women love to be courted. Women love to be desired. It doesn't matter whether she's in a relationship or not. And I know I'm kind of getting off topic, but the nature of that is this could be some of the reason why maybe some relationships aren't working. Or maybe the guy finds out that you aren't who you say you are, who you pretend to be, or you come with your own issues as far as being able to maintain that man, even if he is a good man. Because some women, and you know as well, don't want a good man. Some women want that challenge, that no good guy. Some women want a guy that she feels, like I said on my previous video, that she feels isn't better than her, that will force her not to level up. Well, not force her. That if she has a man that's less than her or that isn't doing better than her, it doesn't force her to level up or do better herself. So that's where the Pookie and the Ray Rays come in and things like that you see. And sometimes you look at a woman, and even you ladies, you look at women and you're like, what is she doing with that guy? And you may know the history besides that. You may know that he really isn't ish, so to speak. He may be abusive in all facets. He may be abusive as far as physically and emotionally to her and things like that. But when we get into the situation of men go through all these extra, like watching videos and things like that. Not that women don't, but men go through all these different steps trying to impress women, trying to do their best to, make more money, buy flashy things. Not that women don't, but men more so are trying to do all these extra things, trying to gain the attention of a woman and going out of their way extremely, especially for a man who doesn't know himself and is chasing a woman more than he's chasing his purpose. He's going out of his way trying to get a woman until that point where he is able to crack the code, whether he knows what he's doing or by accident, and he does get her. And a lot of women tend to complain that in order for a relationship to last with them, a man just has to treat her the same way he treated her when he first met her. This is what women say. And this is why women will say that men know what to do. Women, once you got me, but now you act like you don't know how to keep me. When all you have to do, and this is what women tend to say, all you have to do is do the same thing that you did initially when you met me. And a lot of guys, it goes hand in hand. Once again, back to what I say. That same person that you met initially isn't that person at the point where she's telling you to be the same person initially that she met. Because you're seeing who she actually is as opposed to her representative. You move past that, well, some of us who are mature, you move past that body, that sexiness, that whatever drew you in initially, and you're learning the real her, and you learn that she has issues that you may not be willing to put up with, and you feel like the grass may be greener or you can do better because there may be other shortcomings in your eyes that is causing issues. So it's just something to think about in terms of that. Men do have the capacity, just like women have the capacity, but women tend to have egos a lot of times when it comes to not so much being submissive, but just things that they say that they are or they aren't going to do. And a lot of women will sabotage relationships because they feel like they don't want they just don't, things may be too good for them, and they just feel like they just have to sabotage a relationship, or maybe they just don't know how to keep a man in terms of that. And just like I said, everything just goes to ish, and everybody's just looking at each other like, what the heck happened? This guy is crazy, and you turn around and say, this chick is crazy. You guys just don't mesh well. You guys aren't on the same frequency. So once again, a lot of people stay in relationships longer than they should. So that's my thoughts on it. I totally agree with the things that he was saying in terms of that. He also spoke on something, and I'm going to close out on this, that women with a bunch of men, or women who have a revolving door, or who are dating a bunch of men at one time, tend to be unhappy. But men with a bunch of women tend to be happy. So I got mixed feelings on that. You know, anybody who's dealing with a bunch of people, there's nothing wrong with dating, but I mean at once, if you're dealing with a bunch of people, for some men, it's like a dream come true, entertaining a bunch of women, as opposed to a woman entertaining a bunch of men. She has one guy that she truly wants to be with out of all these guys, because I don't think truly a woman can be emotionally attached to multiple men. It's one guy out of that group, or maybe even an ex that she's not with, there's always one guy in a woman's life that she's attached to, that she truly wishes that she could be with, no matter who she's been with in her life, how many men she's been with in her life. Not so much saying that it's the same thing with men, but I know, because men, unless he's completely smitten with a woman, but a woman, it doesn't matter, because she has that emotional attachment to a man, as opposed to a man with multiple women and just being sexual. So with that being said, let me know your thoughts on it. Those are my thoughts on it. I'm sorry if I was long-winded. I appreciate you guys tuning in once again. Make sure you guys check out all my other videos if you're just now tuning in. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to message me, email me. If you got any topics you'd like me to discuss, comment below, as well as let me know your thoughts. Check out my other videos, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace be upon you in the mercy and blessings of the Almighty, and I will catch you guys on the next one. I'm out. Peace be upon you.